They're the fastest mud racing vehicles on the planet, traversing a 200-foot long track, looking to best a national record of 2.284 seconds. It could happen today, right here on the World of Trucks, coming at you. It's the 20th anniversary of the four-wheel Jamboree, coming to you today from the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio. Hello, everyone. I'm Claude Wood. Welcome to this edition of the World of Trucks. And coming up today, it's drag racing, but not on asphalt. This will be the Class 6 mud drags. And over the past couple of days, Lima, Ohio has been deluged with a lot of rain. So the consistency today of the track is very muddy. Well, it is mud drags after all, but that will present a lot of problems itself. Very sticky. The Class 6 mud drags, well, they use paddle tires. So now, with more on what makes up a Class 6 dragster, let's go to Doc Riley.
Thanks, Claude. Class 6 Unlimited's an NMRO competition. You can really have a blank piece of paper here and do exactly what you want to do as the driver. We're going to see two great examples of that. Just basically about the class. You have the Veritrax up front right here. Nice looking 27 Roadster, Chad Miller. He's got the bid block Chevrolet with the little field blower on there. Again, in this class, you can use any type of cubic inch. There's no limitation. You can even put nitrous oxide on it. The real signature on this, the scooper tires. These are big. More on that in just a second. This is a front engine situation on the very back of this vehicle. I can tell you one thing that really comes back out. We've seen a number of winners that have had the rear engine to it. This is a rear engine Hemi over here. And again, a lot of the similar situations. He's got the cut tires right here, modified right here, so that gives him a little bit more forward bite than the other one that comes back in. Of course, his office right here where he does all of his work with all the latest safety features. But you look back here, the Hemi power right here, again, for safety, you've got the blower guards on there. These guys are ready to rock and roll. And finally, the signature telling tale of what a Class 6 vehicle is, all about the scooper tires, designed to grab hold and launch you off that starting line. This may be one of those things we don't know much about here at Lima. We've had soupy conditions, wet and muddy conditions. We'll see what the starting line holds in store for all of these Class 6 competitors.
Thanks, Doc. Let's get immediately to the action. That will feature Scott Snarski driving the Paperboy Express, a Ford 588 cubic inch engine. Joining me in the booth today, expert analyst Griff Allen. And Griff, he will face David Chick.
And you know what? It's a good chance to see who's going to be able to read the track the best. And that's going to be the name of the game all weekend long. Remember now, it's just a matter of who gets the lowest ET. First one across the finish line makes no difference in NMRO drag racing. The side-by-side format is strictly for fan appreciation. We also issue a prize for the best reaction time. Let's look at our first pair. You can see a struggle in the near lane to keep it in bounds, and the failure to do so. Kept it on four wheels, though, but I'll tell you, David Chick just showed you that it's not as easy as it looks.
And he took quite a while to stage there, Griff. What was that all about?
Well, each competitor has the option of different power configurations. Nitrous oxide, supercharged, using alcohol, methanol. You want to make sure all that is right before you launch. You also want to try to avoid going out of bounds like we do see here. And then also, you got to be ready that the brakes are ready as well. You need a lot of them to get low down here.
The old Paperboy delivers yet another one. Pretty good pass.
Yeah, we had a good happy pass there. The car's running good this year.
Between Class 5 and Class 6, the track any better?
I think it's hooking a little better now. It's getting tackier.
You had it to do again, what would you do different?
Nothing this time.
Perfect. Good run. 2-6-1-2.
Thanks. Thank you.
And that will bring up the former points champ, Mike Lane, driving the Wicked Sensation. And, of course, Griff, he's looking to repeat that same performance this year.
In fact, and Mike brings it every single time, and he's, of course, got the Keith Black engine. Keith Black, especially known for what he can do to a Hemi. He's laid his hands upon it, so we know he got power there. Mike Maurath in the other lane in the real estate mover is going to try to move some real estate. Remember, the cars go forward by ejecting large amounts of mud backwards. Again, reaction time of no consequence. Wheels in the air off of the left lane, and a tough time that Mike is having trying to get that machine sorted out. And Claude, take a look one more time in replay, just how much horsepower that Mike Lane is wrestling with. You can see that right away he's got to start issuing corrections to try to keep the machine in line. It wants to go nose up, it wants to straight to the left. They got a lock rear end, but sometimes it's got a mind of its own. And the last thing that you ever want to do is get sideways in a vehicle that's this narrow.
It's all about the fun, the excitement. Boy, you had a great launch, even went wheels up at the other end. It looked like it was a great pass.
Well, it was pretty good. Hopefully the track will go away and that'll hold up.
You know, it's Lima, so it's all going to change within a matter of minutes. But right there, anything, was it good off the starting line for you?
Yeah, it's got a lot of hook now. Like I said, hopefully they'll blow that all out of there so it'll slow down, hopefully. But track's perfect right now.
24:38.
Hopefully that'll hold up. But, you know how it goes. Right, wait and see.
Was that kind of in the neighborhood that you thought maybe you'd turn?
Be a little faster, be all right, you know. But, you know, Tim, them guys are back there, so we'll be close. Thanks, Doc.
World of Trucks is being brought to you by Stainless Steel Brakes. Performance brakes built right by Stainless Steel Brakes. And by Lund. Get the look. We'll be back. Welcome back to the World of Trucks from Lima, Ohio. Today, Class 6 mud drags. Once again, here's Doc Riley.
The Performance Marketplace. It's where everything happens when truck owners are looking for the latest and greatest, the newest products for their vehicle. And let me tell you, this is a great product. We've seen bed liners, we've seen spray liners, but right now you and the guys at Dual Comp have got something incredibly new.
Incredibly new. What we've done is take all of the good features that have existed in the marketplace, put them all together, and come up with a product that gives you skid resistance but total bed protection. It's a problem with everything else that's out there.
It is a problem, and it's come a long, long way. What about the features of the product?
Well, what you have is hard plastic sides. Protects you from getting paint scratches and dings from throwing tools in your bed, or toys for that matter. On the floor, you have a rubber mat, which really protects the bed with shock absorption, and it keeps your cargo where you put it. Things don't slide around. It gives you the best of both worlds again, and the mat is removable so that, you know, if you haul a load of dirt or maybe mulch or something, do some gardening, you can clean the bed out completely, do a good job, make sure everything is spotless before you're done.
Okay, I'm not the world's greatest wrench. You know, sometimes that kind of stuff is complicated. Doesn't seem like it's all that complicated.
No, it's very easy to install.
That's good.
Takes a man anywhere, a man or a woman for that matter. Even with very minimal skills, a maximum of 20 minutes to install one.
Available for any type of pickup bed?
Full-size trucks right now. We'll be expanding into the mid-size and the compacts later on in the, hopefully this year yet.
Well, as we've told you, this is one of those unique features that we love to preview here on World of Trucks, and we'll give you complete information on how to find out more information at the end of the broadcast, so stay tuned to pick up that website information.
Meanwhile, back out on the track, we will find Tommy Chick driving a vehicle called All Mine. It's a Jeep, by the way, 482 cubic inch engine. He will face Todd James in the California Shaker.
And you see the wing, the rear wing, and also the wheelie bar that Todd James brings on the California Shaker. And the fact that Tommy Chick doesn't have it doesn't mean that he's any less serious. The strategies are just a little bit different for each competitor here. Notice, though, Tommy Chick's wheelbase a little bit shorter, and you can see right away that Todd James and the California Shaker not only is able to keep the motor together, but also put more power where it counts, and that's to the drive wheels, principally the rears, but also the front helm.
Chad Marshall, by the way, not able to answer the call, but that will bring up another Chad. Chad Miller in the Instant T.
And this is a great chance to see one of the better looking machines. You can see the roll cage about how well they're constructed and how enclosed the driver is. You don't see a whole lot of movement there. And of course, just like any form of motorsports, you really have to become glued to the machine and feel it.
And safety equipment being oh so important here. That will bring up Charles Doster in the Purple Passion. He will face Rick Kruschke in Blown Money.
And Rick has actually got about 100 more cubic inch displacement that he's got to work with here. Sometimes a bigger motor helps, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of it depends on how you set the machine up. For example, a lot of time will be spent adjusting tire pressure. Sometimes the boost levels will be adjusted. Pulley sizes in the superchargers will be changed. Sometimes even biasing weight to the front or the rear of the machine is going to be done, all in an effort to try to read the track. Sounds a little bit like drag racing on asphalt, doesn't it, Claude?
Well, it sure does, Griff, and the main thing, as always, is get the horsepower to the track. Speaking of that, we'll be back. Welcome back to the world of trucks from Lima, Ohio. More action on the track in just a moment. Right now, let's check in with Doc Riley.
Well, ever since Bruce Hubley started the promotion company, the Special Events Performance Series, there's one thing that's been in mind, and that is the family event. That's really what the Jamborees are all about, and a great family story right here. Young man, you and your dad and everybody getting together on this beautiful-looking truck. Tell me about the year, make, and model.
It's a 1962 Chevy Stepside, four-wheel drive. It's a factory four-wheel drive truck. Bought the truck back in like 1991. We restored it then from a frame-up restoration, and then we sold the truck 3 years ago, actually. We bought it back and restored it again, me and my dad, and we did it both times together. And it's been a lot of fun. It's a family event. Me and my kids and my wife, we go to all the shows. And the one we haven't been to is Indy yet, so we're trying to get there this year, hopefully.
Yeah. Let's talk a little about underneath the hood.
283, stock motor. Worked it over. We put a cam in it. We 202 fueling heads, headers, Elderbrock intake, and then we have a Flowmaster exhaust on it.
Tell me about the Flowmaster exhaust. A lot of guys are saying they're bulletproof, dependable, and they sound good. Does that wrap it up?
Oh, pretty much. They are bulletproof. We we can vouch for that, actually. We twisted off a dry shaft one time, and we didn't puncture it. Bounced off the dry shaft, and we still have the same exhaust system.
You know, Flowmaster's been around for a long time. There's a lot of people putting together products, but it seems, what's your opinion on why Flowmaster works for you?
I think Flowmaster works for me very well. I gain at least 15 horsepower from it. It's a pretty solid exhaust system. I have no qualms. It works well. I really like it, and I think they have a great product. We've had the mufflers on for about 3.5 years now, and we had a lot of luck with them.
This original paint on a truck?
No, it's not. This is Boyd's Red. I don't know if you're familiar with that at all, but we like the color red, and this is the reddest we could find.
And it definitely is one red truck. Will the family getting together, having a lot of fun with the truck when they come to the four-wheel Jamborees?
Thanks, Doc. A lot of pride in the vehicles, and that holds true also out on the track. And you're getting a good look right there at Tim Wheelis, the current record holder in this class and a former champ. He will come up against Byron Rogers.
Well, it's a good thing that Tim Wheelis is in the lane that sort of has been a little bit more manageable, because being a past record holder, he's got a lot on his mind. He wants to keep that reputation of just being a winner, someone who holds records and wins contests. So he really has to focus. The machine is prepared, rest assured of that. And again, reaction time makes no difference, so they're perfectly welcome to run one at a time if they wish. Byron Rogers lays down a good performance. Let's take a look at Tim Wheelis as he now basically removes the distraction, but now he's distracted by wrestling with the machine. The machine wins, and it takes him out of bounds, and reaction time is all he's going to get credit for.
And Griff, he was fighting that every step of the way. Well, that will bring up John Nordahl in his vehicle he has named Muscles out of Somerset, Wisconsin. He will face Mike Lane out of Botkins, Ohio.
And yes, it's the same Mike Lane that we saw earlier. Remember now that you're allowed to enter more than one machine, and it may be driven by the same driver. And so for that reason, Mike Lane really takes a two-pronged approach at trying to walk out of these contests. Whoa, what? We just had a supercharger explosion caught out of the corner of our eye, and that's going to put paid to John Nordahl's chances of even considering running here. Now that's going to let Mike Lane run distraction-free. And again, we're not running side by side. All he's got to focus on is his own contest, his own run. He drills another good one, just a skosh off his time from Wicked Sensation, lays down a 2:53 with a 6.
And that will be a double shot for Mike Lane. His vehicle's in first and second.
Take a look one more time at John Nordahl. And kind of a sedate explosion, if you will, but still, it took the engine out no matter how you look at it.
World of Trucks being brought to you by Honda, the power of dreams. And by Hallmark. Hallmark, built strong for the way you work and play. Welcome back to the Class 6 Mud Drags on Four-Wheel Jamboree Nationals and the World of Trucks from Lima, Ohio. It's time now for Product Highlight, featuring some of the most interesting and innovative aftermarket products available for your truck.
Boy, do we love our truck boxes. But think of it. A lot of extended cabs these days don't leave a whole lot of room for a good-sized box that really gets the job done. And when it comes down to it, when it comes to a truck box, we want safety, we want security, and we love it when our things stay dry. Well, apparently Delta has the answer. And Sam, we've got a product here that really shows how well engineered your products are.
Absolutely right. Let me walk right into this in a heartbeat. The first thing I want to show you is why all of the product is engineered in such a superior fashion. Our entire mission is to provide rugged, dependable security, and that means superior weather resistance. We start by having single-piece body construction. We add a full 1-inch top rail, unlike anyone else in the market.
So you said one piece. Now that tells me that there's no welds. This is one piece of metal all wrapped around and formed?
That's absolutely right. The more we form it, the stronger it gets. And with that, what we add is our new small parts divider to provide built-in storage right here in the end and quick and easy access. Now what that does, if you look down there for a second, you'll see that every part of the box is fully reinforced. And we carry that even a step further when we step up into the lid. And if you and I look at this inner lid liner, what you find is that we have a reverse bevel in the inner lid liner, which creates bridge work, increasing its strength, increasing its rigidity, and ensuring that the lid always closes and always latches.
And it also seems to form a very nice groove here for the weather stripping here.
Well, I'm glad you noticed that, because the weather stripping is a new live cell foam, which quite frankly comes down over this top 1-inch rail and fully encapsulates this tread plate to ensure that you get a perfect seal of dust, water. It's sealed out.
Now the latches here, a lot of people take them for granted, but apparently you've put quite a bit of thought into this.
Well, we've really done 3 things. First of all, we've ensured that unlike everyone else, our latches, stainless steel, are waterproof. If you look underneath the latch, you'll find no hole. No water can penetrate, no damage to the tools.
So you've got the mechanism actually hidden well up inside there, away from with the rain and also, frankly, when you power wash it, right?
That's absolutely right. Can't drive water into it, saves the tools, no damage, and in addition, we have a much, much heavier gauge hook to ensure greater security, and we even start on the outside, because if you look at the stainless steel paddle handle, you'll notice that it's installed with 5 rivets, not 4.
All right, and you know what? I'm looking here, and I get the impression that as we close the lid here, that this is going to be low enough and compact enough to actually be concealed underneath the rail line of a lot of the pickup truck beds.
Well, one of the things that's very, very unique is that this is our Delta Champion family, and it represents our entire product line, but this is a very special product. This is a brand new product designed to fit in all of today's new 4-door crew cabs, whether they're mid-size or full-size. The point is, it gives you a great new chest, sits on the floor of the truck, and it's at rail height or lower, so you have great convenience, hidden, out of view, but great storage.
All right, tell you what, come on over here. I want to show you one last thing real quick. You can find out more online about how well engineered these products are. Like, for example, the self-adjusting rotary gear lock system. Patent pending, a way to be certain that with just one finger, this lid is going to close and be locked securely tight every single time.
Coming up now, a single run by Chuck Courty III. If the name sounds familiar, he's the son of Chuck Courty, the former Class 5 and Class 6 champion. Grip, we'll see if he's listened to dear old Dad.
In fact, and you know what, it's always great to see when the opportunity is presented to get into motorsports, the child of someone who's had some success, but at the same time there's a lot of pressure. And sometimes you beat it, sometimes you don't. A little bit of skating going on there for Chuck. A good, powerful run, he stayed in it. Just a matter of keeping it straight, that's what will develop.
And as Rollin Thunder gets ready, let's check in with Doc.
Well, you know, usually when the helmet comes off and a guy's sitting behind the wheel of the mud missile, it's the dad, Chuck Courty. Tell us about the ride, young man.
Well, actually, it just happened so quick. I hardly remember. So it took off like it was awesome. The track was doing great, and it turned hard left around about 120 feet. And I was just riding the left side of the track.
You did an excellent job. You kept it between the markers, too.
I did? That's great. That's what I like to hear.
5:64 reaction time, so that's pretty good.
Oh, really? That's what I've been trying out. I guess if that was the fastest. That's 4 in a row this year.
Do you think that your reaction times will be faster than the other guy that sits in this seat?
Well, he kind of he taught me all the tricks about it, so.
And in fact, Claude, from where Doc was standing, he couldn't see that Chuck actually was out of bounds there.
Absolutely. Tom Marsh could not fire his engine, so this will be a single by Bob Dunham and the Rollin Thunder.
And at the end of the contest, Bob is the only guy that has a chance at knocking Mike Lane off of positions 1 and 2. At the end of the day, Greg Fuchs has maintained a track that takes horsepower, it takes steering input, it takes a good warn by Robert Dunham, and he is just a skosh. It's a 5:36 for Lane and a 5:94 for Dunham to get third for the day.
Sloppy, muddy, wet conditions, but this guy said the starting line was just perfect for the hook. He not only puts one vehicle into the winner's circle, right behind him the second vehicle. Congratulations on a nice sweep.
Thank you.
Tell you, you've got 2 opportunities here, and I think that may give you somewhat of an advantage. Some other guys do it as well, but both of these 2 vehicles on their own are very, very tough. Are there many differences between your 2 rides?
Yeah, actually, they're both of them completely different. 2 different motors, 2 different, car chassis and everything. So.
Well, you've definitely got it dialed in.
Well, I get lucky every once in a while.
Lucky, you've been in the sport a long time, and you've had a lot of great victories throughout your entire career. What do you think? Why do you think you're able to get to victory lane? I mean, it's not tons of money in these things. Is it just all about setup, or what's the secret? What's the trick?
It's a little bit of setup and going everywhere. So many years you get kind of used to it, and a lot of luck.
What about reading the track?
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to read the starting line and take off. It's whoever takes off the first 20 feet fastest is going to win. So it's got a little bit to do with it.
A little bit to do with it. Well, when you end up putting a vehicle in first and second place at a Jamboree, you know you're on top of your game, and Mike Lane is definitely on top of his game.
Thanks, Doc. Let's go back one more time, Griff, and take a look at what it took to win it today.
On the right side of your screen, Mike Lane went out at the beginning of the contest when the track was unknown, and he guessed correctly in terms of his power. He had to issue some corrections and control a bucking bronco of a machine, and he even had a moment trying to get the thing wound down. He definitely did what champions do when they prove that they have got heart.
As we take a look at the results, only about 1/10 of a second separating second place from first, but hey, doesn't matter. It's all Mike Lane, and congratulations to him. If you want more information on products featured today, visit these websites. Now for Griff Allen and Doc Riley, Claude Wood, keep on trucking.